There's a lot more on the line than you'd think for the final preseason games for four teams looking to turn their seasons around as they head into 2026. More on that in just a moment. Mark Zinno here for Picks and Parlays and WagerTalk YouTube as I break down two matchups in the final week of the NFL preseason, one between the Falcons and Dolphins, another between the Giants and Jets. I'll have plays and selections of both those games coming up in just a moment. As first, I always need to remind you guys to check out the morning wager right here on the WagerTalk YouTube page every Monday through Friday. Easiest way to do that, hit that subscribe button so you're alerted to every single time the morning wager pops up. But in the show, you get 3 free plays. We go down every play on the board, even the NFL preseason games. We look at them all, try to give you guys ways and angles to play things that you might not see, try to make you smarter, more informed, make more calculated wagers. Hopefully you win some more money. Hopefully all that is available to you guys when you check out the morning wager. But we also give you the very best deal possible. It's a buy one, get one 3-day pass. You get all of my plays, all of Brian Powers' plays for one low price. It is the only deal out there where you can get 2 cappers for the price of one on a day-to-day basis, right? I know there's some long-term packages out there. This is the only one on a daily basis you can get them. Last night, if you hopped in with me and BP, you started your weekend out or started your 3-day pass out 2-0. So you can get in today, go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, start again on Monday. You can go Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whatever you want to do. It's there for you. Make sure you guys take advantage, and it's there every single day. It's not going away. What is going away is this deal, the rest of the year sale. You lock in now for the rest of the year at this price. Think of what you get, guys. Amazing. You get the entire college football regular season, all of bowl season, including the college football playoff with the exception of the semifinals and the finals. You get 17 of the 18 weeks of the NFL regular season, the start of NHL and NBA, the tip-off college basketball season with all those amazing college basketball tournaments where all the top 25 teams are playing each other at the beginning of the year. Great stuff. Sooner you lock in, the more value you get. But remember, this is only good through the end of the month. If the long-term deal is not your plan, guess what? The summer special is there for you as well. You buy 3, you get 3 free. This is good through August 31st. You could stack passes if you want, get multiple. Remember, though, this one gets you 2 cappers. This one only gets you 1. So make sure you guys know where to go. Today is Friday. Just looking ahead, $5 Tuesday coming up. Every single individual play is $5. It's at a 5% play. So you guys can get them at all 3 sites. $5 Tuesday coming up. And then, of course, I want to remind you guys first and foremost about the Splash Sports $21 million Pro Football Survivor Contest on Splash Sports. Use the code WagerTalk. You get $100 on Splash Sports. And you guys can take advantage of this being one of the more user-friendly pools out there. Guess what? Don't need a proxy. Don't need to go to Vegas. You can sign up from anywhere. You could split it 2 ways, 3 ways, 5 ways, 10 ways. You guys can split the cost and take your chance at $21 million. BP and I are in this contest. We will be taking part every single week trying to win the $21 million. You guys could do it too. Make sure you guys go out there and give it your best shot. But you need to enter. And if you do enter, by the way, and you send me a screenshot of your entry, I'll send you a week's worth of free plays through DM. On Instagram and Twitter, send me a screenshot of your DM of your entry, and I will make sure you guys get some free plays. All right. Let's start here in the NFL. Seeing the Falcons as a 3.5 point favorite here. There's some 4s starting to pop up across the board. Seeing a total of 36.5 with the 37 out there right now. 1 or 2 37s out there starting to come up. Here's the deal, and this has been in the news a lot this week. Michael Penix is not going to play for the Falcons, so he's not going to take a snap in this preseason. Tua Tagovailoa is going to play. He didn't play in the second game. He will play in the third. Playing the third after he played in the first. He was awful. A lot of people speculate, including myself, that he's playing for a job on the roster at this point. He's been that bad. So you would expect that he hopes to have a clean operation and that things go well for him on the offensive side of the ball. And not sure how long he's going to play. I don't know if they haven't specified. I said he's going to start. Could that be 1 series, 5 plays, 6 plays, and he's out? And then we go to Cooper Rush and Jack Strand? Or do they keep him in there a little bit longer to get a real evaluation of my feeling is might tend to think that they keep him in there a little bit longer to get a better evaluation of him at this point in time to know if they want to keep him on the roster and as part of the plans for this team for 2026. So I think that actually may help the Falcons offense here. But I'll say this much about Cooper Rush and Jack Strand. They've held their own and they've been able to put up points and they've been able to score. And I think you could see a lot of second half points out of Jack Strand here. And I think you could push this game over. I don't think the Dolphins defense is very good. I don't think the Falcons defense is very good. Even with their starters or their backups there, I don't think either one of these teams are very good defensively. And again, I know the Colts. I know they beat the Colts 34-6, but that was a game with two backup quarterbacks playing in the whole way. There was never any sort of want to, and the Falcons took advantage. The Dolphins have lost both of their preseason games to the Commanders and the Giants, and have yet to score more than 7 points in either of the games. Um, is it time that they finally break out? Maybe. I mean, it feels like you would want them to at some point in time. They can't continue to be this bad offensively. But I would tell you too, if the Dolphins get to like 13 here, I think we get over. I think the Falcons could score 3 touchdowns in this game with the backups that they have. Um, and I think we start to see a little bit of a trend coming into the over here, especially in the second half when you're trying out third and fourth stringers who are looking for roster spots. I think that that's where the variance comes in, and you start to see some plays that you wouldn't expect otherwise. Um, if you look at the last night's games in the preseason, a lot of them stayed under, with the exception of the one between the Patriots and uh, and the Browns, because the Patriots, I mean, the Browns scored 37. Buffalo and Pittsburgh went over two in a back and forth battle, but the other two stayed under. And I think when you start to see some of these better teams, or teams that are better well run, those unders come in. But with the weaker teams, the overs come in. So I think that's part of the whole equation here for me. Whereas I look to the over in this spot, probably lean Falcons too from a side perspective. Kevin Stefanski needs a win. More than anything. I know the Dolphins are 0-2, but still not a spot that I think that, necessarily he's going to lay down and say, I don't care about what the outcome is. Jets and Giants over at MetLife. Giants are a 3-point favorite. A couple of 3.5s out there, even a 2.5 as well. 36.5 with 37 starting to show up for the total. And the Jets are not going to play Geno Smith in this one. They have said that he won't play. So he is going to go with Cade Klubnik and a host of backups and things of that nature. The Giants obviously, don't look like they have any intention of playing any of their starters at this point in time. So, he's certainly not going to risk Jackson Dart being hurt at this point in time. They're content with Jameis and their ability to run the offense. And so I think when you look at this whole thing here, from a perspective of you're not going to see much, I think I would lay it with the Giants because I know John Harbaugh always wants to win in the preseason, but I think the under is where I would look. I know I talked a moment ago about kind of the bad run teams, but I would argue that the Giants are a much better run team now with John Harbaugh at the helm. And even though the Jets don't requite themselves as well, I still hold Aaron Glenn in a high regard as a coach. Despite what we've seen out of the Jets so far, I think he's trying to get the operation clean and make this a lot more, systematic for them, so to speak. We saw the Jets defense actually hold themselves up pretty well in the second preseason game. They pitched a shutout against Pittsburgh. The offense, and the other thing too, is that the Jets offense is really not all that great. The Giants only scored 10 points in the opener. The 26 points they scored against the Dolphins, I think, were more a product of a really bad Dolphins defense, as we just talked about, than necessarily. I think the Jets present a much different problem defensively than the Dolphins do, even with backups. So I still think the under is the side here. And even the first half under, if you wanted to, try to really cut this game in half, or you take out some of the variance in the second half of a game like this, 17.5. Yeah, you'd love a 20.5, but you're not going to get there, especially not with this number where it is. I'm sorry, you have 19.5, looking at the wrong game. But still, I'd rather have a 20.5. But the 19.5 with a couple of field goals puts you in an advantageous position. As long as you only give up one touchdown, you got 4 field goals in there to still stay under the number. So that's probably the direction I go in. Lean Giants, look at the under full game, and that's how I'd play this one. I'd remind you guys to take a look at the morning wager every Monday through Friday, right here on the WagerTalk YouTube page. Me and Brian Power. Take advantage of the buy one, get one 3-day pass. It's there every single day. It's the best deal out there. All of my plays, all of Brian Power's plays, one low price. Of course, Splash Sports $21 million Pro Football Survivor Contest. Sign up, use the code WagerTalk, get a $100 bonus, and make sure you guys enter one of the most user-friendly Survivor pools out there. Best of luck with all your NFL X bets. We'll talk to you next time. Go cash some tickets.